Hi and welcome to Angling For You. Today you join me at the Owsten Ferry fishery, just outside of Doncaster. Fantastic little venue, stuffed full of carp. Today what we're going to do is fish the Dura Banjo feeder or the method feeder, and just land this fish, and then we'll talk through the rig. Another little fish to start the session. Lovely little fish. Let's get him back in and we'll go through the rig. Right guys, we'll go through the rig. As always, a trusty Yank and Bank 11 foot and the TDM reel, and that's got Daiwa Hypersensor 8-pound line, and that's down to a Preston Dura Banjo. It's only a 20-gram one, totally in line with a quick change bead on it. And then we've got a 4-inch hook link, and that's 019. We'll put 019 on today. Some decent carp in here. We're not messing about. We want to get every fish out. And we've got a KKMB Preston hook on. Fantastic hook. Just moved to start using them. I were a big PR36 man from Preston, and I've just tied up. I've been tying up some hook links with these, and they're just absolutely fantastic. So strong, super sharp, really nice. And the KKMB ones are the hair riggable ones, eyed ones, and these are 14s I've got today. Like I said, not messing about. The fish in here a good old size. Let's flip to the bait. So I'll just hook that on my trousers. So the bait, I've got a selection of baits today. So we've got some like Robin Red style 6mm pellets. That's what we just had that fish on, and we've got some 8mm S pellets. They're sort of full of natural oils, sono baits, you know, easily available. They're just in case we feel like we're catching too small fish and we want a bigger stamp. Some trusty ringers, chocolate and orange, and I've got also some white wafters as well. Now the bait itself that we're feeding, what I've done is I've got some Sono Baits krill pellets, and I've got some 2mm ones, and I've got some Sono Baits krill milled expander. So I'm just mix it up as you would do any other method mixture, and I've mixed them, obviously made them separate, and then I've put some pellets in with the milled expander. That's obviously just going to give a bit more attraction. The milled expander clouds up the water. With it I've added a glug of crab, so it's really stinky. This venue's known for sort of prawny kind of seafood baits, and that's the attraction that we're going to go with today. So like you would do if you were going to say Lindum, you'd use small pellets, micros, and you'd have maybe a 50-50 like Speedy does of green swim stem and marine halibut. That's effectively what we're doing, but we're obviously using that milled expander. You could put this on a method, you could put it on a banjo. Obviously we've gone for the Dura Banjo today, or you could even put it on an hybrid feeder if you wanted. But obviously the weather's not been cracking to start off, so the camera's just come out, so we may have to play about with camera angles depending on what the rain does. But we've clipped out at about 20 metres or so. It's not a massively big pond, and it's there's a sunken island under there, and that sunken island, we'll just have to get a bait band. That's the only problem when you've got wet in the winter when you're fishing. It's impossible sometimes to get the bait band to stick on your hand, so just band that pellet. And yeah, like I said, there's an underwater island, and what I've done there is cast out with no clip on and no bait, and just with a Dura Banjo. You can do it with a ledger if you want as well, and just drag that across the bottom to find that feature, or to find a feature, and we're just fishing on top of that, so that allows me to target an area where I think fish, it's still not cold, I feel fish will be. So I'll just load this up. To load it is exactly the same as any other feeder. Put a little bit in, lay your pellet in, and then a bit more on top, and squeeze it tight. Give yourself enough line on the tip of the rod for when able to cast, otherwise you risk punching it out there or tangling it over the tip of the rod. As usual, swing away from you and swing behind you, let it go, hit the clip right on the spot, sink straight away, sink the line. If you don't sink it straight away, what happens is you get a circle across the water, especially with that wind blowing in that corner, and it's more of a mess about to sink your line, and you just want a little bit of tension on, not too much, just a little bit of tension. You can have it on a rest. I've got it rested on my leg. Always good if you've got a box to have something like this rest, and just makes the life a lot easier. You're not reaching bank sticks in if you can help it, just makes everything compact. I use the Preston quick release one, because I can just leave the base of it on my box all the time on the leg, and obviously it just slides in and out. It's miles faster for me to set up with. And we're into another fish, and that obviously that wafter paid off. I took my rod in the water, as always these fish that don't hang about with a bite. Lovely bite. Just no messing. These mirrors that they've got in here, though, they definitely pull back, that's for sure. And here's a small one again, I think. Yeah, just one of those little small, little wafter sticking out of his mouth. One of the really small ones, this one. I'll get this getting put back and get the camera angle changed, just hooked in the net. There we go. And put back, and we'll change that camera angle. Into another fish now. Quick little bite that was. Just hit it before it was going back. And this is what I mean about putting that feed in that. You know, we're building that swim up, and now you've got it's a couple of fish within a couple of minutes of each other. Might be just luck that there's a couple there, but also I'd like to think that, you know, it's building that swim has allowed you to get those bites quickly. And again, that's on the orange, chocolate orange wafter. Another thing is, even though we've got the drag set, don't be afraid to slacken or tighten your drag up. If you can, you don't have to spend £1 million, but if you can get a front drag on a reel, it's so much easier. One of these small stockies again. Have a good account of myself. It's a little bit bigger, not massive. It's not closer to the 2.5 to 3 pound mark. Hooked beautifully inside the mouth. This KKM muck's doing the business. lift him up for you. They're a bit full of beans, these little stockies. But absolutely perfect condition, and wouldn't mind catching fish like that all day. Something a little bit bigger, that'll be nice, but after having that rain and all that kind of stuff, I'll be happy with any that are that size. Again, we'll follow that same principle, get baited up, continue on those chocolate orange wafters. As soon as we've had those 2 fish in short succession, squeeze that ground bait in nice and tight. Into another fish again, another nice bite. Feels a little bit bigger, this one. Trying to go hard for those reeds at that side. This is where your balance tackle and your strong gear come into play. Got the clip on, but we've also got that strong 019. They've got lovely soft action rods. This is why it pays. I'm not saying go spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a rod, but you know, this Daiwa Yank & Bank, I have had some fish on this rod, and it's still in just as good condition. Comes with 3 different tips, and you know, it was about £64, and now you can pick it up second hand even cheaper than that. They're just well worth it. They're just, and you've got to think, if you've got fish like this, look, they're going on lunges, and you know, you've got a softer actioned rod, just helps you, you know, cushion those runs, but bends right down to the butt. See how I just roll myself over where the direction of the fish, I just roll myself to the opposite direction. It's going in that way, I roll myself. It's going that way now, roll myself. Don't ever point it at the fish. You always want angle, and this is what this extra piece here is for, on your rod, to hold. There's no point in reeling the fish when it's like this, when it's trying to bury itself. Just let it go, let it take the line. If you feel it needs a slacker tension, then give it a bit more. This is how a lot of people lose fish, is all done at the net, and it's all, you know, they get it to the net and then they don't know how to handle it around the net, and then that's when you end up losing fish. I haven't gone for the rod yet, for the landing net handle yet. I'm just letting it plod around. If it needs to take line, it's still under tension. The rod's doing all the work. The reel's kicking in when it just needs a bit more. No point in reeling when it's like this. It's a good fish, not huge, but a decent fish. This is nearly ready now. I've just put 1 turn on the reel, and again letting that rod do all the work. Taking all these lunges, looking, it's done now. It's popped up for a bit of air now. Now I can get my landing net handle. These Daiwa Yank & Banks have got a flat bit on the handle, so it just rests perfectly on my forearm. Lowering that rod when he goes for a lunge. See, look, he's up there now, and he's in the net. Look, so no dramas. What I'm doing now is hold it round, let out that extra bit of line, so we've got some to work with. Sit the rod underneath your bum, and you've got that completely out of the way. It's a good fish. We can we'll get him unhooked, get him lifted up. Lovely hooked in the just in the bottom lip. I'll try and lift him up for you. They are full of beans, these fish, so you have to bear with me a second. So, there we are. A beautiful fish. And if you catch an average fish like this, what a day it's going to be. Let's get him back. again, it's just a short video today. Like I say, the rain's not great, so I'm just trying to fit it in between the rain and show the method that we're attacking today. A fantastic venue, absolutely worth a journey through. Stocks full of lovely fish, all in pristine condition. You know, there's places like this that are not a commercial, but they're in between, where they've got different styles of fish and types of fish. Is really attractive to me. I really enjoy these places. But yeah, join us on the Facebook group. Loads of great lads on that. You can ask questions, post your own photos, chat with members, ask about venues, all that kind of lovely stuff. So join us on that at Angling For You. Just search it on the bar. Join us on the Instagram, angling_for_you. Again, I'm getting a lot more messages on there now, a lot more people on there. So share the photos and things, what you're doing, where you are, and again, you can still ask questions on there. And obviously the YouTube, thank you for the support, entering up to 3,000 subscribers now, which is brilliant. I'll keep the videos coming. Thank you for all your support, really. Share and like with your friends, and click that bell icon just to notify yourself of any more videos coming up. Thanks a lot, guys. Tight lines.